we kicked off our last day of diving with a morning dive at something special. Look how cute he is. One thing to note about diving in town is you have to be extra careful with boat traffic. Shore diving entry and exit really is that easy in Bonaire. What's up? We're at Bari Reef, getting ready to go dive. Second dive of the day. We dove this morning at
something special.
Something special, and it really was something special. Gotta tell you, the coral is not super impressive, but I don't even care because the fish there are off the chain. The trunk fish there are super friendly. They'll swim right up to your camera. Same with the angelfish.
Saw some eels.
Yeah. Our first eel, we saw like 3 eels.
A lot of anemones.
And then we saw the I think it's, I don't know, I'll put the name in the video because I forget the name of it. But there's like the black one with the white spots, and then there's the like white or gray one. It's either white or gray with the opposite colors spots. and it kind of slithers around like a snake more so than an eel. And then we saw an octopus on the way out, which was awesome. He was chilling at about 10 feet, I think. So we were just about to get out of the water and we saw him. So had to play with him a little bit. But yeah, we're getting ready to dive Bari Reef. This is supposed to be our last dive of the trip. So hopefully we get to see something cool.
We're at the park. Very neat little park here.
Yeah, parking's great.
Yeah, parking is very easy. It's just a little bit of a walk. You have to walk all the way down. Well, Kaylin will show us how it's done.
Yeah, I'll show you. I was so scared that this platform was going to be slick and I would slide down and bust my ass, but it actually really wasn't slippery. I was surprised. It's kind of awkward getting in with a big tank on your back, but we made it work. Leave a comment on this video if you can see the shark shadow in this shot.
You might have to just sit up, maybe. Can you step up or no? Looks slippery, I don't know. Just use the railing. There you go. Cool.
I mean, it wasn't bad getting in and out.
It wasn't, but
it wasn't super slick. I thought it'd be
go over there.
Way more slick.
Not hard, but
yeah, maybe over there.
Overall, pretty good. What do you think?
That was our longest dive.
Well,
70, I think it's 76, 77 minutes.
Hour. This is probably the prettiest parking spot. So, something special, and what is this one?
Bari Reef.
Bari Reef.
This morning we got a little bit of an earlier start, and we were actually diving by about 9:30. We first went to Something Special, and I was really impressed with it. I thought it was going to be kind of, I mean, I've heard that the coral would be busted up and that it wasn't pretty. While that might be true to an extent, I thought the fish were more friendly at Something Special. Like the trunk fish was like, seemed like he was like kind of fighting for my attention. The parrotfish, or they'll swim right up to you. It's I don't know that they were quite as friendly at the other sites, so that was something that was interesting about it. Got to see a lot of eels. We had not seen an eel this entire time, and we saw like 4.
Yeah.
And then as we were coming up, we were at about 10 feet, and we were about to surface and go in, and then I saw an octopus, so I immediately turned around, and we played with him for about like 15 minutes, I would say, 10, 15 minutes. I mean, unfortunately, he was not in the mood to mess around or do anything cool. I think he was trying to take a nap, and I was bothering him with my presence. But I was trying to like hand him pieces of dead coral, and he just was like blowing his, I don't know what that is. They have like this little spout, they blow water out at you. He was blowing his water on me. And he changed colors a few times, which is pretty cool, which you can definitely see in the video. But yeah, that was definitely a huge highlight of the trip for me. That and seeing the spotted eagle ray. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we saw. Oh, I saw a shrimp, like a tiny little shrimp type thing, cleaning a trunkfish. Or I don't know if the trunkfish, it was hard to tell if the trunkfish was eating him or if he was cleaning the trunkfish. He was kind of like in his gill. But anyway, that was cool. Saw a lot of sea anemones.
Yeah, I thought those were really
cool.
I've
never seen one before, so that was cool. Saw just like regular ones, the ones with like little purple dots at the end.
And there's little shrimp around those.
Yeah, the little shrimp were kind of cool. Didn't open my mouth and let them do dental work on me, but maybe next time. But yeah, so after that, we had to go back to the dive shop because Chase dropped one of the tanks and the air handle broke. The valve broke. So we had to go back and replace that. And then we went to Bari Reef.
Yeah, Bari.
It's right at this resort. It's a little bit of a walk, but it's pretty flat and pretty easy to get in general.
Sure, this roundabout right here.
Yeah, we're actually passing it right now.
The roundabout.
The entrance.
The third exit.
Yeah. So it's pretty close to town. Both of these dive sites we did today were in town. At Bari Reef, it drops off pretty. I mean, the drop-off's pretty steep there, I would say, when you...
Yeah, I mean, the steepest drop-off was definitely Carpada.
Yeah, Carpada. I mean, I don't necessarily love it when it drops off that steep. It kind of freaks me out.
Oh, we saw a shark.
Yes, we did sort of saw a shark. We saw this big, dark shadow kind of swimming out way, I don't know, what do you say, like 30 feet below us, maybe?
Yeah, it was enough to see it.
And it was kind of far away, and you could just see this big, dark shadow. I don't know. It's probably just a reef shark, but he was kind of big. He looked about, I don't know, what do you say, 8 feet long?
Probably.
He was big. He's a big boy. So we were just kind of staying close to the reef, hiding from him.
I saw another turtle. You didn't see him. You were ahead, but...
No, I saw the turtle.
Oh, you did.
But I don't know. I still think these sites are really beautiful, especially when you compare them to like places in the Bahamas or, you know, anywhere really north of here. I still think, even though it's in town and technically polluted or whatever, I mean, I still think it was a great dive. I would definitely go back.
They're the easiest entry.
And very easy entry, yes. Yeah. That's the good thing about diving in town, is the entrance is generally pretty easy, I would say. The Bari Reef, there's like a section where you can enter via a ladder, actually. I'm not sure how to get to that, but I did see people getting in and out there. We went in through the concrete platform, which I was a little bit concerned about because usually those can get really slick. It wasn't, and it wasn't really an issue. I just kind of sat on my butt and slid in.
And it had a handrail, which is fine.
And it had a handrail, yeah. So on the way out, I just kind of stepped to the side and then stepped up on it, and I didn't slip, and everything was all good.
Before, you could walk down that beach and enter through the sand.
Yeah,
but
and
they're building, I guess, a boat ramp, so they kind of block that off.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I would just recommend using the little ramp thing that they made, the concrete slab. Not even really a ramp. I don't know what you would call that. But anyway, so 2 great dives. We returned all our stuff, paid our bill. We're officially done with diving for the rest of the trip, which is really sad.
Womp womp.
And now we're on the way to Cadushy. Well, yeah, basically. We're on the way to Cadushy Distillery. It's a distillery for cactus liquor. So I've never had cactus liquor. Neither have you.
Mm-mm.
So I'm excited to try it, see what it's all about. Apparently they give out a lot of free samples, so we love to hear that. We'll take you along. They didn't let us film at the distillery, so please enjoy this photo montage of our tour. Just got done with the Cadushy Distillery. They wouldn't let us film in there, so we didn't get to show you the full tour of everything that they do there. But
basically, they cut the cactus down, and they shave it, and then they dry it, and then they soak it, and then they mix it with a local flavor.
Yeah, they only use the cactus, like the very outside of the cactus. They don't use the actual insides. They feed the insides back to the donkeys here, so that's pretty cool.
That is nice.
We got to try their triple Belgian beer.
No, triple B.
Triple B.
Bonairean
Belgian beer.
With the Cadushy Cactus.
Yeah, honestly, I like the beer more than anything else. I'm not a big liqueur person. It's just like a lot of sugar and I don't know. They did have like actual liquor there. They had like gin, tequila, whiskey. Sorry for the shaking. We're driving on a very bumpy Caribbean road. Yeah, but those were like a little strong for me. So I don't know. I didn't really find anything that I was like, oh, I have to bring this back. But it was kind of a cool place. I mean, definitely check it out if you're in Rincon, looking for something to do. They let you sample a few of their liqueurs. And the beer, I like the beer a lot, actually. If you're tight on time, I wouldn't necessarily like make a trip all the way up here for that specifically, but it's just kind of a cool place to check out if you're already in the area. Mosquitoes were relentless in there, so but you really can't avoid that. Right now we're on the way to Sorobon Beach. We're going to check it out. We're still trying to decide what we want to do with our last day here. We were either going to go to Sorobon and maybe try windsurfing or go back over to Klien Bonaire since we liked that so much when we did that the second day. So stay tuned. We ended up at the Hangout Bar at Sorobon Beach and it was a pretty cool vibe. The mojitos were really good, some of the best I've ever had. Okay, so we are going to Tandoor Palace for dinner. It's an Indian restaurant. We'll see how it is. We just got back from Sorobon. It was pretty cool. We were trying to decide if we wanted to windsurf tomorrow or not. It looks like we're probably just going to go back over to Klien Bonaire for the day instead of taking windsurfing lessons, but maybe on a future trip we can try that out. Yeah, Chase is tired from diving. Should still be a really good time. But first we're going to get some Indian food.
Yeah, I'm excited. Get a full meal.
Tandoori Palace, here we come. On our last full day, we woke up to a beautiful rainbow over Klien Bonaire. I did a really bad job of filming our last day on Klien Bonaire, so another photo montage we'll have to do. Sadly, while walking around on the sand, I busted my foot open on a piece of coral. And Chase got a lesson on how to fly a drone without crashing it into the ocean. This is the last night of our trip. We've had an amazing time. All the diving that we got to do was even better than I expected. Tonight we're just gonna eat in and maybe go out and have a drink. We just spent our last day pretty much relaxing since we can't dive the last day before flying back. The diving was amazing and I'm so glad that we came. If you are a diver or an aspiring diver, the freedom of shore diving here in Bonaire is wonderful. You can go just you and your buddy and you can look at whatever you want to look at, take pictures of anything. There's no timeline. You can essentially do whatever you want obviously within your limits, but you can dive pretty much all around the island. Most of the shore diving is on the west coast, but if you wanted to take a boat out and go on the east coast, that's also, I hear, really good. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it because I get seasick, so getting on a boat to go dive on the rough side of the island is definitely not something that I would be interested in. Yeah, it was just a really, really amazing trip. Definitely one of my favorites, and I hope to come back very soon.
Enjoying the sunset.